Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a special guest with me, Alex. Hi Alex.
Cliff,
How are you?
phenomenal.
So what we thought we might do here today was we'll go back and explain how Alex and I met. So I got a phone call out of the blue one day from Alex. How old do you think were you back then? You
Or,
look pretty young on that video.
or
Maybe 20?
I reckon 20, in my
Yeah.
20s
Yeah.
somewhere, yeah.
So I get this phone call and very direct and very quite what's the best way to put it? He'd obviously chosen me out of the phone book, and I can't remember the exact words he used, but he said, I have some videos I need editing to do with my life's journey. And I said, okay, come round. And next thing you know, knock on the door, and there he was. And that's how it all started. So, have you got recollections of that?
Indeed I do. I recall assembling a bit of my own video gear and microphones, cords and tripods, making some videos, but then having no idea how to put it all together and how to do this. So serendipity, as I like to say. I found your number and I thought, this gangster will help me out.
And that started the journey. And
Yeah,
over that time, we have put together 5 separate videos.
indeed. A
Yeah,
series.
yeah. And Alex is now he was a product of the Peninsula, but at the Mornington Peninsula, to be accurate.
Indeed.
But he now resides in Western Australia.
Happily. What a beautiful country to live in.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you've found your home there now, haven't you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel no inclination to move, base anywhere else. I am open to this, but I am happy.
Yeah, yeah. So you're happy to travel, but you've now got a home base, which I think for some time you didn't have. You wandered for some time. I mean, actually, we'll be all over the place here a bit, but let's cover the time you were traveling Queensland. You were basically on a walkabout, weren't you?
Well, I left our state, Victoria. I left home on a mountain bike with the trailer and all my gear and all everything, and ended up everywhere and anywhere up and down the east coast
Yeah,
by
yeah.
myself with people, road trips,
So you met people along the way and connected with them, and then moved,
travelled with them,
and then found other travellers, and
and so I travelled with Maggie by herself, travelled with Maggie and Keely. I went on cars, buses, trains, yachts. Even I got in a yacht trip through the Whitsundays. We sailed for
well. So
4 or so
let
days.
me ask you a fairly deep question then. What did you get out of that journey?
Thank you. Discovery of oneself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So it was part of your continuous journey of I get the impression that something just fell over there. Sorry about that. I get the impression that that journey was part of your healing from the accident.
Very well put. Definitely. And yeah, that journey being 5 years by oneself, off out and about,
Yeah,
a specific 3.5 of those years based on track,
yeah,
on foot.
yeah.
Such a plentiful healing journey.
Can I say personally, as my observation, I think it has done you the world of good. The difference, what you were like when you were that 20-year-old that approached me compared to what you are now, there's a world of difference. In a good way.
Thank you for articulating, because yes, I traveled some pretty arduous terrain throughout this journey, yet there is no doubt whatsoever in my own mind. Look at the healing, look at the growth, look at the self-embodiment. Look,
Yeah.
I can go on. This journey, so beneficial.
And just to recap for viewers who haven't seen Alex's previous video, and I'm going to make this quite simple. When he was 16, he had a motorbike accident, and it severely injured him, and he's had to go through a lot to get back to where he is now. And I think he's a lesson to people. No matter, even if the worst can happen to you, you can still eventually get back to a good life.
Literally, when there's a will, there's a way.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
It may be a common statement, but no joke. If you have the motivation, you got the right situation,
Yeah.
you have the will,
Yeah.
no questions asked.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
I'm going to ask you. This is a bit of a light-hearted question. What's your? How do you feel? What's the difference between Queensland and Western Australia?
Okay.
He's had to think about this.
Okay.
Hard.
Okay. I noticed in Queensland considerable tropical cycles,
Yes.
natural tropical
Yep.
cycles.
Yep.
This time in the year, it floods, it rains,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
it's a fact.
Yep.
And in Western Australia, I notice perennial paradise. Honestly, constant blue skies.
Yeah.
To you can't be for all the time, but 3 months, 4 months of the year,
Yep.
rain on off.
Yep.
A little bit light.
Yeah,
stuff,
like here, a
manageable.
little bit like Victoria, but no, the thing that I've always loved about Western Australia, and you've just touched upon it, the difference is the lack of humidity. So you can have really hot days over there, but you haven't got that oppressive humidity
Yeah.
that you have in Queensland.
Yes, it is definitely a difference there. I enjoy the larger extent of nature,
Yep.
the more wild it is there.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
sharks, crocodiles,
Yep.
the animals and nature. I actually do not further state, I do not feel that Western Australia is so considerably impacted by human lives yet.
Well, that was one of the things I was going to touch upon. How have you found interfacing with other human beings over there, other people?
Delightful. Yet, in the year or so spent over there at the moment, nearly entirely healing journey.
Good.
So myself doing what I know
Yep.
benefits oneself.
Yep.
Peer eyes may see it as hibernation, as being like a monk, spending all this time by myself and eating natural foods and drinking rainwater and not actually doing anything. Not needing to do anything, not leaving, it has been a very healing journey.
Well, that's fantastic. So, for the sake of keeping this a short video, I know there's one thing that you wanted to talk about, and that's the difference between you and I.
Okay.
But so you start.
Okay, what I intend to touch on here is I admire that you and I, Cliff, present quite some differences.
Yep.
Yet, in saying so, we come together and we have a grand old time.
Yeah.
And in further analysis of this, how do we achieve this? We're so different yet so similar, but we always come together in a harmony, joyful, despite our quite foundational different beliefs and whatnot. And I feel this comes down to
Oh, hello. We've got a guest here, sorry.
ability to accept
Yep.
each other
Yep.
for
Yeah. I agree.
each other.
I agree. We've just been visited by Emmy Lou.
Poppy,
This dog is
you beautiful baby.
where Alex is staying at the moment. She's a permanent resident of this house. There you go. Okay. So we got to continue on with this. So you just off you go. No, it's just not, I just don't want to knocking this over. That's all. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, excellent.
So yes, I agree. It comes. We are very different people. There's a classic example. Alex using words joyful and so forth to describe things. I wouldn't quite use those words, but that's not the important point. The important point is that we might have a different vocabulary, but I think both of us have very inquisitive minds and tend to look at bigger pictures and come to very similar views. And also we respect each other and respect each other's views. So
Yes, it's how I find myself perceiving this, even though we have different beliefs, we have different perspectives,
Yeah.
we have many things that would be considered different, yet we come together in such harmony. It honestly, I enjoy this because this is life.
yeah, yeah.
This is now.
I
This
agree.
is-
I agree. It's I love it. It really is. It's fantastic. So I'm going to wrap this up at the moment because, as I said, I want to try and keep it short. Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.